Good morning. Welcome back. It's day 119 and it's pouring, and it poured rain all night long, and I'm mad at myself because I looked at the weather earlier yesterday and I saw that there was a chance of rain last night, but it was a small chance, and it said it was only like, I don't remember, but just a tiny, it was expected to just rain just a little bit. And so I set my tent up instead of getting in the shelter, and it has rained so hard and all night. And I thought maybe it would let up a little bit this morning for me to pack everything up, but no, it has poured. And so that means I was packing up in the pouring rain, and my tent is completely soaked inside and out, and it has mud all over it because of where I set up. It was kind of just a dirt area, and it splattered all up on the tent and in the tent. My sleeping bag's soaked. Everything is soaked. But the bright side of all of that is that I'm going to town today, because we are going 22 miles and we're getting a shuttle into Bennington, Vermont. So yep, I'm having to maneuver these bog boards, and they're pretty bad too, and they're slick. We're going into Bennington, Vermont. So yes, we will be crossing into Vermont today. So I'll show you guys that when we get there. So after today, just 3 states left, which is crazy. And we also have another big milestone today, so I'll show you that when we get there. And here, trying to figure out which way to go. I'm reading the signs. Signs up there. And I'm going this way toward Maine. And so I'll show you the other big milestone today. But yes, going into town. So hopefully I'll be able to dry all of this stuff out. So looking forward to that. But I think that's it for the morning update. I will check in along the way. Hopefully this rain will subside a little bit and I'll be able to show you the sights. But I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you up the trail. We just popped out of the woods right up there. Is this Williamstown or Williams something? Anybody know? That's awesome. Look, that lady just told us that there's some trail magic right here at this little kiosk. There are coolers. I'm not sure what it is, but we're gonna check it out. First Baptist Church of North Adams. Nice, thank you, thank you. All right, still going through Williamstown, and it's still raining. But that was some nice trail magic that the First Baptist Church put out. Had a couple of ding dongs, filled up our water. It was awesome. Now we're going over this river. Check out this, all the handprints. It's cool. Interesting. All right, we're about to enter the woods again. Here we go. All right, guys, we just passed, almost tripped. We just passed 1,600 miles. And there was no sign. There was no marker. And it's raining too much for me to stop and make one. But nevertheless, we still passed 1,600 miles. So that means we are less than 600 miles from Katahdin. And that is huge. So that is a big milestone. Like I said, all along, I'll celebrate these little 100-mile increments. And it's so fun to look forward to clicking those off. And it really helps me feel like I'm making progress. And I'm chipping away at this big thing. And that has helped keep me going all this time. So that's big, 1,600 miles. All right, I'll check in later. We have another big milestone coming up in a few miles. So I'll show you guys that when we get there. Hopefully there will be a sign for that one. I sure hope. All right, see you up trail. All right, guys, we have made it. Welcome to Vermont. Massachusetts, check. And now we're heading that way into Vermont, and 3 states left. We have Vermont, New Hampshire, and then Maine.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, what a journey. This also marks the start of the Vermont Long Trail. The AT and the Long Trail share a treadway for like 105 miles or so. And then the Long Trail splits off and goes kind of more north, west, and the AT kind of goes more east up to Maine. So pretty cool. All right, Vermont, here we come. Let's go. All right, this is Vermud being Vermud. I'm gonna try to skirt around the side of all this, even though my feet are already muddy. But Vermud is already living up to its name. Yeah, well, you probably can't see. Lots of mud everywhere. Going around. This is how we go around a mud hole. We try to keep our feet dry as long as possible. Oh, fogboards. That's nice. Lots of mud in Vermont, as advertised. And we're just getting started. Good times. This Vermont. These 2 days old. Nice. Ugh. All right, guys. It is getting close to the end of the day. Got about a mile left to get to the parking area where we're getting picked up and taken into Bennington, Vermont, and getting a hotel room, actually a motel room, in Bennington at the Catamount, and gonna try to get everything dried out and cleaned up and laundry, and looking forward to a shower because I think it's been, I don't know, 5 days maybe. So a shower would be nice. So yes, definitely looking forward to all of those things and getting some food, of course. But today has been another tough day. Oof. It's been a big day. Past 1600, made it into Vermont, but it's been a hard day. Vermont has lived up to the name Vermud because it is muddy, and it's just kind of been a slog all day long. Some good straight up climbs, and then I feel like on the sections that were flat or are flat, you can't really move very fast because you're constantly going through these mud bogs, just one after another, and you have to try to find rocks to step around or step through it or try to find a little workaround. And I tried for the longest to, not just destroy my shoes, but they're destroyed. They're destroyed. They're filthy. So after a while, I just kind of gave up, and you just kind of walk through it, but it's still tough go. So it's been a tough day, but we made it. We made it. Well, I say we made it. We got about a mile left, but we're on the home stretch. How about that? So when we get down here to the parking lot, it'll be a little over a 22-mile day. We've had a pretty good stretch of 20-plus mile days here the last several days on this little section or this little run. And now we got to sit down and figure out our next 3 or 4 days and where we're gonna resupply next. So gotta do that tonight. But anyway, it's been a tough day, but a good one, and I'm glad we're getting to the end of it. So I hope you guys have had an amazing day. I'll try to show you some sights in Bennington if I see any, or if we get there in time. But I'll check in hopefully later on and at least show you some pics of the Catamount. So anyway, I'm rambling. Hope you guys had a great day. I'll see you up the trail. Made it down. Off of that mountain back there. Came out back there. And that was a crazy downhill. Straight down. Whew. All right, now we gotta wait on our shuttle driver.
What was that company?
That looked like that could be a cool place.
Years ago, it was in Texas.